Starting points serve as the core functionality of how the route optimizer determines what the most efficient route order for a technician is. To get to a starting point for a technician, go to the route optimizer in AquaSuite, scroll to the technician that you're trying to either determine the starting point for or change the starting point for, and you'll click on this box here to open it. Scroll down until you see starting point. There are a few options that you have. You can edit the starting point here by entering in an address that you would like for this technician to have for this day. You can also show what AquaSuite currently has as the exact starting point on the map by selecting the Show on Map button. And it will stick out because, unlike the other ones, right away it will have, this pin marker will have a label that you can see as Chuck Hayward on Wednesday as the starting point. So what this tells AquaSuite is that all of the routes, or all of the appointments, that will start for this technician on Wednesday will be determined from this starting point, meaning all of the available appointments that have not been assigned to either this technician or any other technician will branch out from this starting point. So for example, if we were to run this through the route optimizer and these pools over here weren't assigned to any other technician during the route optimizer process, AquaSuite would start from here and find the closest pools either from here, if these are available, or from here, and each time it takes one of these pools away, it will find the next one that is closest to the last appointment that it found. So for example, this one might start, since the starting point is here, it might find that this pool is the closest. Once this pool is now assigned, it will take this one away and say the closest one to this pool is this one. We'll put that onto the route, and it rinses and repeats that entire process until the technician's route is full or all of the appointments have been scheduled. Now if we need to change the starting point, say we need to change it to just a random address here, we can just type it in, and we'll have some autocomplete suggestions here. We're dealing with Arizona, so we'll go ahead and click on the first one here. It will update the starting point. It will update the total drive time and total miles driven because that now has changed for this technician. And if we go and look at it on the map, we'll need to toggle it off first and then toggle the new one back on. Okay, and it did update there. They're kind of close, but it is a little bit different. And now this technician has this new starting point. So by default, all of the starting points for all technicians will have the address for the company in AquaSuite. You can see this is a dummy address, but in AquaSuite, Desert Pools has a company location of 123 Skimmer Lane. So before we go in and edit any of these, AquaSuite will use this as the default starting point for all of the technicians across all days. This is the easiest way for us to get started right out of the box, so that if your technicians do start from your company's location each day, this will work for you fine. The intended purpose of this is to have the starting point be the technician's either home address or a specific address in your service location that you want them to start from. And this will give AquaSuite the information that it needs to find the closest pools from that starting point, and it will branch out. As I've said before, if we were optimizing Chuck Hayward's account here, what AquaSuite will do is take all of the appointments and reset them so that they're not assigned to anybody, and it will say what is the closest appointment to this starting point, which might be this pool right here, which would be, oops, let me click in a little bit more there, Bernice. So once we have Bernice added to their first stop from the starting point, AquaSuite will go in and see what the next available appointment is that is closest to this location, in which case it's obviously this one here. After this is done, this will now be the second pool for that customer, or for that technician, after which AquaSuite will go and find the next available appointment that isn't assigned, which would be this one here. It currently shows that it's assigned to Mike Skimmer, but when AquaSuite optimizes your pools, it will go through and reset all of the appointments that aren't locked to a specific technician, We'll go over locking appointments in another video. And it will assign that in order to the customer or to the technician's route. It will continue to do this, branching out, finding all of the closest appointments for that technician, and that is how the route is built. To see more on how the actual optimization process takes place, look at the Optimizing Your Route video in the Route Optimizer overview in our help article.